Just before an official ceremony held for the Belize Defence Force's annual Christmas luncheon this morning at Price Barracks in Ladyville Village, Belize District, there was the official handing over of 2 Land Rover vehicles bought by the government of Belize for the BDF. It was a brief ceremony where BDF Commander David Jones accepted the British-made vehicles from the Chief Executive Officer in the Ministry of National Security, retired Colonel George Lovell. According to Jones, these vehicles will be assigned to Western Belize.
These 2 Land Rovers were cost about a little over $55,000 Belize dollars. They're going to be used in the Caracol area, where tourists will be escorted from Camp de Silva to the Caracol ruins. So the troops that will be escorting the tourists will be using one of these Land Rovers. One of them will always be on standby. In case one goes down, we'll have the other one to use. So actually both of them are for use for that actual patrol in the Chickabul area. Both of these Land Rovers were purchased by the government of Belize and donated to the Belize Defence Force.
Meanwhile, Lovell told the media that this handing over is the result of a commitment made by the National Security Minister, John Saldivar.
There was a commitment made by the Minister of National Security after the Danikanaki incident at Caracol. And he had made a commitment to provide them with 2 vehicles that were worthy and that could have provided the type of services that they needed for those operations that they do in the Caracol area. These are those 2 Land Rovers. So they will be used to escort those tourists and those visitors that we have to the Caracol site. This is primarily why they were purchased. The Mahindras and the previous vehicles that they had, apparently they were not good enough for the type of terrain that we had out there. Just recently, we had to replace them with some 4-ton vehicles, which was clearly not the type of vehicles that you needed for that type of operation. So it is quite to see now that we have these vehicles and that they will now be delivered and put in use for the purpose that they were purchased for.
The vehicles are valued at 85,000 Belize dollars each. Jones says the British Land Rover has been tested to be all-terrain vehicles and they work best in the Chickabul and Mountain Pine Ridge areas.